Hey there, Racer Rob here, better known as Dr. Rob, the car doctor. And today's case study is a 2002 Ford Sport Track Explorer with the dreaded EVAP code. So one of my goals with starting the Integrity Auto Care was to talk about the EVAP codes and clear up a lot of misconceptions. And this video is going to be short. This is a three-part series. First, I'm going to tell you about the EVAP system, and then I'm going to show you the cool tools. This is my operating table here. One thing I'm really big into is having the right equipment. So sneak preview, I'm going to show you Snap-on's newest Veris Pro, awesome machine. And then also how to fix it in the real world. So with that said, let's get started. So first of all, just to give you a brief overview, let's go over here to my cheat sheet, make sure I'm following it right. So there you go. Video number 1, EVAP overview and operation. Why? For those of you that know, have troubleshot EVAP systems or had it done at a shop, it is kind of a crazy system. So I'm a keep it simple kind of guy. So here's the basic overview. You've got your gas tank here, and they do not want any emissions, vapors, floating to the outside part of the emissions. I mean, we're talking half of a mouse fart and it sets a code. So you got the fuel tank here that's got a sensor in there. You've got your vapor canister that overnight or when the vehicle sits, all the vapors go into the canister. This is a charcoal type setup, absorbs the hydrocarbons. And then when the computer, this is your engine computer, commands, it says, okay, I'm running, let's purge it by activating this canister purge valve, and it sucks it into the engine vacuum. And also it needs to know, hey, I want to make sure the system's completely sealed, so it has the ability to activate this vent solenoid that usually is open to atmosphere, shuts this off, and it pulls a vacuum down on the tank, and if that holds, no problem. If it doesn't pull down into a vacuum or doesn't hold the vacuum, it sets a code. Now, talking about codes and being real world here, there's a lot of misconceptions. One of them is, hey, can't you hook it up to that machine and tell me exactly what's wrong with it? Well, I love Snap-on. See if I can't get that light off you guys. But you know, even this $17,000 workstation has been known to be wrong. It's just information, like an x-ray for a doctor. And the doctor, Dr. Rob, me, makes a decision off of that. So no, the machines can give us a good idea where to go, but it's not exact. And another one is, hey, just follow the manual step by step and it'll tell you what's wrong with it. So that's misconception number 2. This is description and operation, 5 freaking pages. Now, not to knock these engineers, they do the best they can, but these systems are so complex that each component has to be described and tested and yada yada yada. Now I make these videos for my customers, for my fellow shop owners, and maybe you're do-it-yourselfers that are doing it. So here's the reality, shop owners. If you want to be the best of the best and be known as the car doctor in your area, you're going to have to take this stuff home and study it on your own time. I know that's a big pill to swallow, but I promise you it'll be well worth it when you get to be known as a car doctor. So study this stuff on your own time. My motto is you got to know exactly how the system works before you troubleshoot it. So with that said, here's some. Now these videos are, like I said, quick and dirty, shows some of the codes. This one has a P0445, major leak, no flow detected. When we get to the testing part, and in video number 3, you're gonna love that. So here's the codes. Some of the equipment you're gonna need, we'll talk about that a little bit later, what I do. So believe it or not, we're already at 4:30. So here's just a couple things to recap. Common misconceptions. Oh, it's just a gas cap. Not always, could be, but if you do replace the cap, go with a factory gas cap. Machine tells you exactly what's wrong, we know that. Now, here's the interesting part. So, I don't want to give this stuff away, this is in our other video, but the smoke machine works off of pressure. And most systems test under vacuum. So even with all this fancy equipment, smoke machines, a lot of times this piece of test equipment will not help you because it tests out okay under smoke, but not under vacuum. So that's pretty much what I want to do right now. I would show you where the components are in this thing, but they're so hard to get to, I can't even do that. So this is a test port where we hook up our smoke machine to. So let's do a quick overview on what we talked about already. So EVAP. Here's the components. Gas tank. Fuel tank pressure sensor, measures vacuum. Canister, vapor canister. Absorbs all the hydrocarbons, stores them in kind of like a foam process. Then when the computer says, hey, purge it, it sucks it into the engine vacuum. This is your PCM that controls. Purge solenoid, vent solenoid. Vent solenoid is usually by the canister. Purge is usually towards the intake. Fuel tank pressure sensor is either inside the tank or right above it in the lines and that kind of thing. So with that said, that's your basic overview. And then one more quick thing. What the heck does EVAP mean? An EVAP leak is a fault in the evaporative emissions control system, the fuel tank, this whole process. The EVAP's function is to keep gas fumes in the gasoline tank from reaching the atmosphere. This keeps air pollution down and keeps the smell of fuel from reaching inside the vehicle. Now that's a big one, that's safety there. So that, my friends, is it for video number 1. Basic overviews of showing you what it takes. Now, sneak peek, video number 2. We're going to dive into the proper tools and diagnostic equipment needed to repair and fix. I would not recommend taking up smoking just to potentially misdiagnose your vehicle. A lot of internet talks about smoking a cigar, cigarette, what have you, blowing in the intake lines, and I'm telling you, that would take a lot of blowing, my friends. So with that said, I would not advise that. So video number 1, basics of EVAP on a 2002 Ford Sport Track. Video number 2, I'm going to talk more about the tools of Dr. Rob and what I use to diagnose these vehicles and what I've used to become known as a car doctor. So with that said, Dr. Rob, Integrity Auto Care, over and out. And one quick last comment. If you like what you see, you can check out my cool website, integrityautocare.us, or Facebook, Integrity Auto Care, Home and Honest Mechanic. Okay, friends, talk to you soon. Racer Rob, over and out.